Hello everyone, welcome back to new session SAP CPI, SAP Cloud Integration. Okay, so let's talk about today SAP CPI day 2. Okay, so let me open. So let me open. Just allow me 2 seconds. Let me open this PPT. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, so we are going to talk about SAP CPA. So data and transformation, okay, transformation, security and connectivity, and the journey of CPA, okay, a real business reason and demand in future. So this is actually a highly demanded subject today. Okay, so let's try to understand exactly what is it and all. Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay. So in the first slide, you can see what is exactly uh, topics. What type of topics we are actually covering over here. So first is what is a transformation in integration. This one, transformation integration. The next to the pillars of integration: transform, secure, and connect. We're gonna discuss about transform, secure, and connect. Next, SAP integration tool: XI, PI, PO, CPI. The first one, next after PA, platform integration, PO, and after that, evolution with the CPI currently. Now this they are not calling CPI, they are calling cloud integration. Okay, so this is cloud integration. Some people will call cloud platform integration, but this is actually everybody habituated. That's the reason they are actually carrying this. So actually, you could not find any official name CPI in the cloud SAP Cloud Suite. So there you can see cloud integration. Okay, why cloud integration? The market shift explained. So how, what is cloud integration? Why cloud integration? Why integration required? And in the market, how market got shifted into this integration? How we can able to use this integration? Next, in this SAP cloud integration, career opportunities. Okay, career opportunities, and why now in the right time. So why this is a right time? Okay, many people talk about cloud, inside cloud, AWS, okay, and Azure, GCP, Digital Ocean, Oracle Cloud, etc. So like this. Okay, coming to this SAP cloud integration. Okay, these platforms are providing infrastructure. Okay, these platforms are providing infrastructure. This SAP is providing integration. Okay, what is integration? Integration is nothing but it's a if there is something, okay, something, for suppose you went China, for suppose, if you go to China, so first of all you must know that local language, because China, Japan, Germany, okay, these countries they'll prefer most probably in their own language, like you know local their own region and their own language. So you have to have proper language. So there is a language barriers over there. So for that, what you have to, either you have to learn this or else you need to have translator. In the international politics, international geopolitics, actually in diplomats actually use the translates. Okay, so PM Modi want to understand this Japanese language. Okay, so he'll have definitely translator, right? So they can translate Japan language to Hindi, like that. So that is the main purpose of cloud integration, SAP cloud integration do. So no, it is not competitor for AWS, it is not competitor for Azure, it is not competitor for CCP, it is not competitor for DigitalOcean Cloud and Oracle Cloud, etc., etc. So this is completely different. Here actually what it is fulfilling is matters. So that we will deep dive and let us try to understand one by one. Okay, let us go next slide. So before going to that, so I would like to give my intro. Okay, so please subscribe my channel. Okay, so also I would like to wish you a very good morning. Welcome back to day 2 our SAP cloud integration training. Okay, hope you all had some time yesterday, so let the day 1 concepts settle in your mind. So today is going to be very interesting session, because we are not just going to the learn features. So we are going to understand big picture. Why does SAP CPI even exist? Where did it come from? Why is job market so hot for CPI right now? So by the end of today, so you should not just know about CPI. Okay, so you should be able to explain it to someone else confidently, definitely. So let me quickly walk through today's agenda on the screen. Okay, so this is a agenda. So these topics I'm going to cover. So first, what is transformation? What is a transformation here? Well, understand why system can't just talk each other. Why directly system could not able to talk each other. Oh, guys, you should understand this simple concept. First, suppose, so you are actually typing something, maybe on top of your laptop keypad, maybe you could see 1 2 3 numbers, and also you can see ABCDs. But actually, inside the computer could not able to understand ABCDs, letters. Okay, ABCD means digits. Sorry, letters. Okay, the system can understand in zeros and ones. Okay, zeros and ones only. So there will be interpreter. Okay, in the middleware is nothing but it's a in the middle of you and your computer processor, there will be middleman called operating system. So that operating system can make help you and your processor in between. Okay, so that can able to convert your what you are trying to say. So you can see in your keypad, open your laptop and see that actually you will find out somewhere like F button, G button, H button. So it is actually for you, it is F, G, H, but background actually H is nothing but some number. Okay, J is nothing but some number, K is nothing but some number, zeros and ones. It's a kind of binary language. So that is the transformation. Okay, you are transforming. So the operating system is transforming language. Okay, that is high level programming language, using high level programming language, high level programming. Okay, so that is happening. That's enough for today. Okay, I don't want to go deep dive, I'm not taking that. So I'm going to just take you I'm just letting you to understand that example. Okay. And next, the pillars of integration. What are the three pillars of integration? Transform, secure, connect. Okay. So we'll learn the three core objects every integration developer does. Okay. And also history. Okay. What is history? Well, 25 years of journey from XI to CPI. This important for interviews. Okay. So next, why cloud integration? Understand the business reason behind the cloud integration, cloud migration wave. So you're gonna understand why cloud, why this transformation needed. Okay. So next, career opportunities. We'll talk about honestly about where the jobs are required, where the jobs are available, and why now is the right time. Okay. Okay. Before we start, raise your hand. So if you are ever had a trouble sending document to someone because it was in the wrong format, like you sent a pages, a file, but they needed in document file. Might it be JSON file, might it be XML file, might it be Java file, might it be Python file. If you can able to write it down in the other format, whatever they require, whatever the human readable understanding language. So if it is that format only, they can able to understand, right? So that is for that purpose. What you do, you will mention whatever you are going to convey, or so that in the form of docx doc format. So that if that format mismatch, what happens? So it will be in a encrypt or unreadable format. Exactly, that is exactly the core problem. That's where integration middleware like SAP CPI solves, just an enterprise scale. Okay. Next. Yeah, this is what we have actually discussed. You can see this, the pillar. Okay. You can see here the first pillar of integration, making data speaks the same language. Imagine you are working office where the department speaks only English and another speaks only Hindi. If you need translator in the middle, okay, someone who converts the message from one format to another format, another language, you can say. Both sides should be understand perfectly, then only the communication will happen. If for example, for one person is Japanese, one person is Telugu guy, so how they can communicate? So there should be a common language called English. So by using that, you can able to communicate. So that is how the transformation happen. The data transformation in SAP CPI, exactly the translator. It's a kind of that. Understood? So these here I mentioned here a phone number, a name field, and user ID, etc. as example. Okay. So this one as example, this is name field as example, user ID is example. That's enough. I think you just try to understand by seeing it. Okay. Next. So what is data transformation? Okay. So what is data transformation? Imagine you are working in a large company. The HR department uses one system. Let's say SAP success factors. Okay. And the payroll department uses a different system. Let's say SAP payroll. HR, now actually HR stores the employees data names as two separate fields. First name Rajesh, second name Kumar, last name Kumar, and but payroll system needs it as one field. Okay, full name Rajesh Kumar. So who is going to combine these two fields and send it correctly? That's the job integration middleware does. Okay, that is a data transformation. This is just one example. So like that, there are a lot of challenges in the market. So in the real world scenario, there are lot kind of issues. Suppose maybe you are in a manufacturing company. Maybe your company is Tata company. For suppose they want to manufacture a car. Okay, so lot of maybe they need tires, they need steel, they need engines, they need uh, glasses. Okay, they need paint. So see this, how many departments involved here. So for tires you need to approach MRF. For steel you need to approach Tata Steel. For engines you need to approach. You don't need to approach because you are only manufacturer, right? Okay, maybe for designing you may approach someone who do good design, and for paint you may approach for some other like Asian Paint or etc etc. So that's everywhere. So if you want to call, if you directly call and say, hey, actually we are actually doing manufacturing, can you please send me one paint? So that's not the way. So simply you call and they won't get it, because they won't deliver you. There is a process in the middle. There is a process actually. So they will ask you, first of all, for suppose if you want, suppose example I'll tell you, suppose you need tires. MRF company is there in Tiruchinappalli, Perambalur, Chennai. Also one more MRF company which is there in Sadashivpet, Hyderabad. Okay, so we are currently in Hyderabad. Let's approach, yes, Sadashivpet, Hyderabad. Let's talk about that. Okay, so what Tata is doing, yeah, I'm actually my car manufacturer. I'm actually representing Tata. Okay, so I'm just imagine I'm in a Tata, so I'm the right person to communicate to everywhere. So then what happens is actually here, so I'm going to connect with the MRF team. So how you are connecting the right proper channel? So might it be email or might be some other. Okay, maybe email for suppose. Okay, so saying, hey, actually I'm calling from so and so Tata company manager. So we actually need, we also you also have a bulk orders. Can you please deliver 1,000 tires till the December 2026? So 1,000 tires in the sense a big thing, right? Okay, so in this case what you have to do, you won't do anything. Simply what you do is, okay, so they approached actually, right? They approached, that's fine. Okay, but the thing is, so whenever you approach them, first of all you must have, suppose you have a team, sales team is there, sales team want to raise the indent, so and so quantity is required, so and so etc etc. So they also need to pay. How much they pay? They will pay maybe uh, maybe advance, some advance, or in the credit format or debit format, whatever the kind of format. So here, if you do so manually, what happens? You have to go to the Chennai to Perambalur. You have to stay there. So you have to approach them. You have to meet them. So you have to explain them. There will be some big meeting. So for that physical meeting will be there. So it takes, for doing all this process, at least minimum takes 3 days, 4 days, 5 days time. So you need to get the order. For them also they need to get the order. Okay, so they need to so liable, so it should be liable, it should be legal, everything should be done. So the document should be happen in between. Okay, tendering happen, so and so things are there actually in the background. Okay, so to make it happen, so the in physically, manually, this much time it will take. Suppose there is actually software, I have a SAP SD and SAP SAP SD is the sales and distribution, through which I can able to contact, I can raise the indent, I can able to raise the indent and purchase the order, I can do that. But the thing is, internally that is okay, but coming to the MRF has its own sales and distribution. MRF is its own site. MRF its own websites. MRF it has its own system. So our system is actually SAP. Maybe MRF does not have SAP. So both are different maybe. Okay, so our system should not directly contact the SAP system, sorry, MRF system, because they are using different platform, you are using different platform. So to talk that platform in a right format, okay, so the SAP CPI can talk. So you want to integrate both. Example, the flow started here, actually we raised intent, okay, so they actually started manufacturing. So you need to track, right? So if you want to track that, actually you need to integrate with the SAP cloud integration. So then only you can able to properly track, then only you can able to see that exactly deliver on time. So this is what's happening actually. So that is a transformation. So what is implementing security? Also, I'll give you one more example. Suppose a phone number is there. Okay, look, first example, system A stores phone number and with the country code 91. Then the number, but the system B is domestic system. It doesn't understand +91. If you send number as it is, it receives, system will throw an error or store it correctly. So CPI is sitting in the middle. It removes the country code and simple transformation use impact. Transformation will happen. It will give the proper flow. Okay, like that we can take example. Suppose if you take an example, can anyone think another life example? For suppose data might look different, two systems. So for suppose just how many ways you write today's date? How many ways you write the today's date? So many ways you can write, right? Example, maybe you can write today's, I'll write format, okay, just a simple format. Okay, so suppose if you want to write the date in different formats, let's try to write the date over here. Suppose I can write here, so here I can write date. So 1 second. Here date, you can see D D, I can write over here D D M M, month and year, like this. Or else you can write Y year first, after that month, after that you can date, you can write. Or else you can write first month, next date, next. So permutations and combinations like this. Or else you can write date, year and month. So these many ways you are actually writing. So all the same date, completely different formats. CPA handle all these kind of things. Clear? Next, in the real world, no two enterprise systems store the data in exactly same format. Okay, and that's not a mistake. So every system we build independently with its own standards, right? So the integration middleware CPI is there, right? So it brings these differences. Without it, the data exchange should require every source of system to be manually built to much very different system. That's impossible enterprise scale. Okay. So what is security? Coming to the data transformation, in the sense, simply we just discussed this detail. To summarize, it's about converting data from one format to another format. So here receiving the system can understand it. Okay. So you are not changing meaningful of data. So you are just changing the format. The customer order is still customer order. We are just restructuring and how it is packaged. Clear? Next, let's talk about security. So what is security? Security, this is something beginning often underestimate. Just because of two systems can typically communicate doesn't mean they should communicate without any checks. Imagine if you one of the if you are if anyone one of the internet cloud send fake orders to the Maruti Suzuki SAP system or MRF SAP system, Tata SAP system, it will be a disaster, right? Security in integration means authenticating that the sender is who is claiming to be, encrypting the data in transit so nobody can interrupt it, and authorizing the only certain system have permission to access certain data. Okay, the protocols we use actually CPI for security include basic authentication, username and password. So token based access like SSL, secured cells, secured socket layer, and TLS, transfer layer system. So encrypted communication channel and client certificate authentications. So we will configure all these upcoming classes. Okay. So next, coming to the connectivity. Okay, this done, and we are talking about this. So what is this? This is actually, it's a kind of in the construction, plumbing work, plumbing in the sense pipelines. Why I am mentioning plumbing in the sense pipeline will be there. Pipeline work in integration. Different systems speaks different languages at the protocol level. An SAP ERP system communicate using IDOC format over RFC. A Salesforce CRM uses REST API over HTTPS. A legacy banking system might still use FTP protocols, FTP in the sense file transfer protocols, like that. A warehouse management system might use SFTP, secure file transfer protocol. So each of these are different protocol, like different electrical socket standards across countries. CPI provides where we call adapters, one of each protocol. So there is an actual IDOC adapter, a REST adapter, an SFTP adapter, a SOAP adapter, JDBC adapter for databases, and many more. So you configure an iFlow in CPI. So this is important. When you configure iFlow in CPI, okay, when you configure iFlow in CPI, okay, integration flow, iFlow means, okay. So one of the first thing you need to do is select the correct sender, adapt and receive the receiver adapter. This is connectivity. Clear? So let me test your understanding. Suppose Tata Motors uses SAP for their production order. and they want to send those orders to the supplier and who uses simple FTP, file transfer protocol. So which pillar is involved? All three. So you need connectivity. So IDOC on SAP side, FTP on supplier side. You need transformation, IDOC format, CSV or XML file. So you need security. The FTP server needs proper credentials and maybe SFTP encryption. So these are always work together. Okay, these three pillars are universal, not just SAP CPI in any integration platform. MuleSoft, Dell Boomi, IBM Integration Bus, Microsoft Azure Integration Services, all of them as fundamentally do the same three things. So when you master SAP CPI, the concept transfer easily to the other tools too. Okay, let's coming to the next slide. Close this. See here the flow. You see opening, it's simple. Make it story, big story. You can understand this here one by one, step by step process. Exchange infrastructure. Let me tell you a story about software product, and that has been running continuously for 25 years and is still going strong. That is rare in the software world. Let's go back to the year 2000. Let me have some water. Just give me 1 second. Let's go to year 2000. I'm back. Sorry. Yes, let's go to the year 2000. Okay. So that's rare in the software world. 25 years is still going strong. Okay. So walk the timeline left to right. Okay. So first XI. So this is a version. Exchange exchange infrastructure. Exchange means you should not say E. Exchange means E is silent, you can say. Exchange infrastructure. XI means exchange infrastructure. Okay. Around the year 2000, some sources say a year before, some says after, SAP released product called as XI, Exchange Infrastructure version 2.0. Okay, this was SAP first serious attempt. Okay, so not exactly I remember. Some sources says year before, maybe 1999 or 2000. I don't know much exactly. This I know little bit. So about this. So this way SAP first a serious attempt decide a dedicated middleware tool. Okay. Before this, integration between SAP and non-SAP systems was done through some code. Okay. That is BAPI and very messy approaches. XI means exchange integration gives it is a proper structure. Clear? Right? And also they transformed version. This is version 2.0, 3.0 version. 3.0 version, SAP upgraded it, added more features. Customer loved it. The product was solving the real problem. So they kept moving it actually. Okay, XI 3.0 comes with better mapping tools, better monitoring also. Next after that, it came first here to here. Next after that, this 7.0 version. 7.0 version. Then SAP decided the name exchange infrastructure wasn't representing product capability well enough. Okay, they named it to process the integration. Okay, that is called as PA. PA means process integration. Process integration. That is PA. Okay, that is PA integration 7.0. So this was a significant upgrade. The tool now had an advanced adapter engine. The concept of the dual stack system where ABAP, okay, ABAP you can say, and Java ran together. PA 7.0, 7.1, 7.11, 7.31. So each version added some more adapters, more stability. Adapters is nothing but plugins. So new features. Next after that, 7.31. Next after that, so these are all versions. After this, 7.4. So what is happening actually? What extra added? The another rename the process orchestration PO 7.4 and 7.5. They why it is orchestration? So why we need to call as orchestration? Because the tool now could not just pass the message, it could orchestrate entire business process including workflow, business platform, business process management. Okay, PO 7.5 is a version that is still running in thousands of companies right now as we speak. Right? Standard. Next upcoming 7.5 in 2016. So latest on-premise version this is. Okay. So next this is a standard. Currently they are using. After that, next CPI. Cloud platform integration. And then the big shift around 2014 to 15, SAP started investing heavily in cloud. Okay. 2014, 15 invested on cloud. Okay. So they released new version, their integration platform. But this is a time it runs entirely on the cloud. The first called HCI. They used to call first as HCI. Clear? And HANA cloud integration. They used to call HANA. This is called HANA cloud integration. HANA is actually for database cloud integration. They named it as HANA cloud integration. But this time, then actually renamed. Also, they renamed SCPI. Okay. SCPA. S means SAP Cloud Platform Integration. S means SAP Cloud Platform Integration. Now simply called CPI. Now actually simply they are calling CPI. But integration, see cloud, this is CPI. After that, very recently, now actually it is everybody calling cloud integration. So this is a final name. So this is called as CI. Cloud integration. In SAP, we can call cloud integration. Okay, not CPI. CPI was earlier name. Now actually calling cloud integration. Same core purpose, same main concepts, but now it is live on SAP BTP, the business technology platform. Okay. Now, so now here is the most important thing I want you to understand, and this is something even senior consultants sometimes get confused about. Are XI 2.0 and CPI completely different products? Right? Right or no? No? Is the jump from PO 7.5 to CPI like switching from SAP to Oracle? No? It is the same tool evolved. The integration concept are same. Message flows, mapping, adapters, routing, all same concepts. So the look and feel changed. UI, look in the sense UI. Look in the sense UI, I am saying. UI, for example, interface. The underlying technology changed, Java microservices on cloud, but the business logic and integration concept are same. So if you learn CPI well, so you can understand PO, and PO consultants can pick up CPI relatively quickly. Okay. So real story to share with you. This is the story behind. So in your own project team also, our manager started working on this tool in 2008 or 2009. He has around 17 to 18 years experience, all on the same integration platform. It just kept evolving around him. That's the kind of career stability this technology gives to you. That is a major and reliefful word. So guys, so just think about your mobile phone. Okay, just think about your mobile phone. If you had a Samsung Galaxy S3 in 2012, you use okay, so you use a Samsung Galaxy S3 in 2012. Okay, currently you use Samsung Galaxy S25 today. Is it completely different product? No, it's evolved. Same brand, same Android OS, family, massively improved features. That exactly what happened with the SAP integration tool. Okay, I hope you understood. So let me clear this. Okay, so next one is this. See this SAP 7.5 7.5 version. This is I told you, right, one is stable version. It's on premises, on premise. Okay, on premise and SAP CPI. So let us try to understand both. What is the major differences? What is the major difference? Now let's put these two versions, PO 7.5 and CPI, both. Okay, let us try to versus, okay, CPI versus SAP PO. So let us try to put these versions together side by side and understand the key differences. This is important both for interviews and for your understanding project landscape you will be working in. 7.5 PO 7.5. So what we call on-premise solution? On-premise means software is installed on physical servers that the company own and it maintains its own. So we have to keep the budget. We have to run our own infrastructure. Okay. If the Tata Consultancy Services using PO 7.5 as their integration middleware, somewhere in their data center, there are actual servers running in PO software. Okay. So they have basis team, they have administrators, those who manage these servers, do patches, handle downtime. Okay. That was this was totally normal and conceptable in 2000 and 2010. But now in the old has been changed. The companies doesn't want maintain their own servers. Okay, the cost is high, maintenance is complex, and hardware becomes outdated. Definitely right, guys. So I was also having 2010 laptop, Acer, but I actually laptop looks so good, but I don't know. So after installing 2010 and 11, first of all 10, we'll talk about 10. Once after installing the 2010 so operating system, the even after upgrading RAM to 8 GB, 4 GB to 8 GB, also it is too slow. Too slow is nothing but even browser is not opening. What does it mean? So what is a major change? Which means how did a hardware completely outdated in my laptop. 2010 Acer laptop doesn't work for current softwares and upgrades. Okay, so it doesn't compatible. So that is the reason where actually it is happening. So left side you can see on premise. Okay, right side you can see CPI. So CPI runs on the SAP cloud. There are no servers to install, no hardware to buy, no basis team is required to manage the infrastructure. Okay, you subscribe to the service. Okay, you subscribe to the service like subscribing Netflix, Prime, Hotstar kind of. Okay, and you get integration capability. Okay, you get integration capability, which means you will get access. You pay based on the consumption, pay and go, same like AWS and Azure. Okay, so and because SAP manages the infrastructure, so they can push updates and new features continuously. Okay, CPI gets updated every month. New updaters, new features, improvements. Okay, so PO 705 gets maybe one major update here, but CPI getting every month update. CPI is genuinely more and more capable. Okay, so I would like to ask you one question, guys. So if CPI is so much better, why is anyone still using PO 705? I've shown you right just before. So we have talked just before this slide. So if I move this slide back, see this slide in this version PO 705, as I mentioned, still they are using PO 705, right? So this version is also stable, latest on-premise version. Okay, so this is really good question actually, because migration is not easy. Okay, migration is not easy. A large company like Shell or BMW might have 500 or 1000 integration objects. So we call them iFlow or interfaces. But in PO, over 15 to 20 years of data. So it's not that much easy to migrate the data. So you can't just switch those off overnight. Migration takes careful planning, development and testing to go live. Otherwise, all the clients data will be vanished. If something happens like that, company should be shut down, or also it's a punishable. So this is a serious offense. So we must be very much careful about the enterprises companies data. So now HANA is handling the complete database in the SAP. So that takes years. That is your job job opportunities are there. Okay, let me go back. Let's go forward. Okay, so so this 7.5 version, so yeah, exactly, everyone here has experienced this maybe. So you bought a phone, let's say mid-range of Android phone. After 2 to 3 years, manufacturing says there is no longer providing Android updates, OS updates in this model, so and so. So what does it mean practically? So you stop getting new features. So, but more importantly, you stop getting security patches. As new vulnerabilities are discovered in Android, so they are discovered every few months. Your phone doesn't get the fix, so your phone become increasingly exposed to security risk. Now imagine you are a banker, you are a bank. So your SAP PO 7.5 system process millions of financial transactions daily. And SAP says we will stop the providing security patches 7.5 after 2027 for suppose. Hmm? So can the bank continues running a unpatched system that handles sensitive financial data? Absolutely not, right? That's a compliance violation. That's a compliance violation. Correct? So that's a security. This is a big security risk. So which means you are putting entire customer or client's data in the public. That's a regulatory nightmare. So they must migrate. So they must update. It doesn't matter outdated or not. Okay. So before 2027, okay, before 207, maybe right now, which means company on PO 7.5 with a valid maintenance contract to get security updates, bug fixes, legal changes package. So for example, when tax laws changed, SAP provides updates, all included in their annual licensing fee. After 2027, if SAP discovers critical security vulnerability in PO 7.5, and let me be clear, vulnerabilities are found in a software constantly. SAP will says that we will fix in CPI for PO 7.5. You need to pay the extended maintenance support, which cost extra. So migrate to CPI, or you need to migrate to CPI. Most large enterprises cannot afford to run out of support middleware. So their own internal IT security policies forbid it. The solution, the answer, SAP is pointing it to migrate to CPI, and that is where the market opportunity comes from. SAP is not just saying and support to the mean. They are saying it to push cloud information agenda, which benefits SAP commercially and technically. So important note, you need to note it down. Officially, SAP has announced end of mechanism maintenance for PO 7.5 by 2027. Yes, this is official information. Okay. So security patches will be stopped by 2027. Clear? So but there is actually unofficial talk in the SAP community that that this may be extendable maybe up to 2030. There are possibility, as per the situation they may change, right? So companies to migrate, right? However, this is not confirmed. As a developer, so your planning horizon should be 2027 with the possibility of extending either way 2027 or 2030, doesn't matter. So that is a solid 2 to 5 years window, heavy domain, so heavy demand for your skill, right? So how it is migrated? Okay, this is a big migration wave, career opportunity. Set the scene with the energy. The slide I want you to take a photo of, put your wall. Okay, this is why you are in the training. Let me paint you in the picture, Right now, today, there are thousands of companies worldwide like Maruti Suzuki, Nestle, Shell, British, American Tobacco, Siemens, BMW, or thousand more. So all of them who are actually using 7.5 PO 7.5 as their integration layer, every single one of them knows that PO 7.5 supports. Okay, stop support work. Every single one of them knows that 7.5 support is ending. Every single one of them has migration project either planned or already in the progress. So every single one of them needed SAP CPI developers to do migration. So now here, what makes the opportunity even bigger? Okay. So what are the opportunity? So now here, what makes the opportunity? This is not 1 month project. A company's size of Shell, a global oil company with the SAP deployed across 70 plus countries. So they might have thousands of integration interfaces built in PO over 20 years. Migrating in each interface requires analysis of the existing interface, redesign in CPA development, unit testing, integration testing, performance testing, after accepting testing, and go live. So multiply that by understand thousands of interfaces, that is 2 to 7 years of work minimum. Okay, from today you can say. So 2027 official end of the support 2030, maybe till 2030 or maybe 2027. 2030 possibly extended 2 to 7 years. Typical migration during the per company. So job demand high. Job demand is very high. So these numbers together tell you one thing: from now until at least 2030, probably longer, the demand for SAP CPI developers is going to be very strong. Okay. Can anyone tell me what happens to the job market? You can tell me in the comments. Okay. Can anyone tell me what happens to the job market PO 7.5 developers during the migration? So what about that also? Think about it. If you know, just comment. You can message over here. You can put the comments. So companies still need their existing PO system to run until the migration is complete. Yes. So they still need PO developers and they need CPI developers to build the new system. So they only migrate. So actually during migration, companies need both. So that's why companies, that's why some projects have mixed teams. Some senior PO people with a deep knowledge of existing system. Okay, CPI developers building the new iFlows. Okay. Right. Next one. PO flows, design CPIs, SAP migration, test validate, live go and monitor. This is a flow. So let's talk about career opportunities also. Let me be compare with CA to other SAP modules so you can understand easily career opportunity clearly. Okay. Example, take FICO, SAP finance and controlling. I think so, right? Finance and controlling. So this module has been in the market since 30 years. Okay. So there are lakhs of FICO consultants availability globally. So if a company needs FICO consultants, they have thousands of options. So entirely entry level FICO consultants have tough time. Companies can afford to be pick, and they demand 5 to 6 years experience minimum before they call you for a project. Same with the basis. SAP system administration. So they mature skill set, many experienced people available, high bar for entity. So now look at CPA. So the tool has been in the market for what, 6, maybe 7 years. Six years or 7 years. If somebody started working with a CPA on CPA one day, when it is launched, so they have a minimum 7 years of experience today, and most consultants didn't start on one day. Okay, or day one. So the pool of people with 3 to 4 years CPA experience is tiny compared to the demand that opportunity. Okay, so low competition card also. So low competition also. Okay. So I want you to really understand this. When the company post a job for SAP CPI developer 5 years experience required, so they might post that requirement, but in reality they find someone with solid 2 to 3 years experience and good knowledge. So they will hire them because the alternate is waiting indefinitely. The market simply doesn't have enough experienced CPI people. Yes, your competition for these roles is very low right now. Okay, so coming to the India market, for those who are currently outside India or thinking about where look for jobs, India is actually one of the best strongest market for SAP CPA right now. Why? Why? Because most large SAP implementations have an offshore delivery center in India. Infosys, TCS, Wipro, Accenture India, I'm saying, Capgemini India. So all of them are ramping up their CPI practices. So you don't necessarily need to go through US or Europe or some other countries. So that you can find the good CPI opportunities existing over here. Exist right now here. Okay. So this is something that you make this training unique. Through this course, you are not just learning theory. So you are doing hands-on practice. Even you practice on CPA tenant, build real flows, handle real-time mapping scenarios, and your profile starts looking like 3 to 4 years experience once you do this. So recruiters and interviewers can't always tell the difference between someone who learned on the job versus someone who learned through intensive practical training. That the test is knowledge and the hands-on ability. So that is what this training gives you. And also I'll take mock interviews before you appear into the real interview. So I'm going to take you mock interviews daily, right? After finishing this course, I'll try to plan. We will make a plan for you. Okay. So we will also be very much serious on the subject. So more than what interview people will ask. So then you are already checking yourself here, right? We are already providing where the lagging points, where are you are lagging behind. So you can rectify them and you just go to the interview. So which means where you are lagging in confidence or subject confidence or communication effects, communication issues, or I don't know where maybe. wherever you are lagging, we will identify that and we will let you know. So where exactly you need to improve yourself, you need to enhance. Wherever you want to enhance, you can enhance by taking help of this mock interviews. Clear? So this is not marketing talk. This is just reality. The demand is real, opportunity is real, and the timing is right. Okay. So these are all, you can ask questions. Okay. See here, how to PO and CPA migration work. A lot of you are probably thinking, I understand that opportunity, but that you will or I actually be doing day-to-day migration project. Let me walk you through the 5-step migration process. Okay, so every migration starts with what we call landscape assessment or interface inventory. You sit down with the PO system documentation or explore the integration directory in PO directory. So you catalog every single integration interfaces with the exist. For each one, your document what system sends the data, what system receive it, and what adapter is used, what mapping is done, and what business processes supports. So this is dedicated work. Many PO systems were built over 10 to 15 years and documentation is complete or outdated. Part of your job is, rediscovering what the system is actually does. Right? This dedicated work, many PO systems were built over 10 to 15 years and documentation is incomplete or outdated. So design CPI flow. So once you understand once you understand PO interface does, so you redesign CPI flow and iFlow, and iFlow integrates flow. iFlow means integrate flow. Is the CPI equivalent of what PO called scenario or integration process? You pick right adapters, design mapping, configure and routing, add errors handling. Okay, this is where development skills comes in. Okay, SAP has created migration tool specifically to help the PO to CPA migrations. This tool can automatically import certain types of PO object like simple message interfaces and mapping and generate basic CPI flow. This saves time. Okay, however, and this is important, the generated iFlow never production ready without manual review. You always need to check the adapters, adjust security configuration, handle anything in the tool couldn't convert automatically. So migration tool is a helpful starting point, not complete solution. Next, test and validate. Testing in migration project is critical because requirement is simple. After migration, integration system must have exactly the same as before. No functional changes allowed unless explicit is required. Okay. So no functional changes allowed unless explicitly required. So which means integrate system must have exactly same as before. So you test with real data, compare output from the old PO interface versus new CPI flow and resolve any differences. This phase often takes longer than development phase. So next to monitoring. So after successful testing, you deploy the production, but go live is not the end. The beginning of the support phase, your minor iFlow CPI monitoring dashboard. Okay. Watch the errors, analyze the failure message, and fix the issues quickly before business is impact. So preview what is actually coming. You need to check whether it is. You should be very careful. In the last one, or so before this class, so I'm going to do something special. Maybe in the last class or two classes of this course, I'm going to do something special. I will show you how the real PO 7.5 environment. So how an integrated flow looks like PO, and then how then show when you the same integration built in the CPI. So you will see the similarities and differences side by side. The comparison will be extremely valuable for your interviews, because interviewer often asks the questions how CPI different from PO in the term of development, and you will be able to answer from the direct observation, right? Why CP is safe long term career? Sorry, I know some of you are actually sitting here and thinking, what is CPI becomes outdated if 3 years like some other tools. I have seen this happen with other technologies also, like DevOps. Okay, that's very valid concern. Let me address it. Okay. Yes, really good question. In software, it's common, especially in DevOps. You see, first to AWS was there, next to Azure came, GCP, DigitalOcean, Oracle Cloud. There are a lot. Also, tools coming to the tool: Git, GitHub, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, Terraform. Okay, also competitors. Okay, for Terraform, Ansible. Okay, for Ansible, Chef, Ansible. So these are all competitors, right? Okay, so SAP is not a startup. It's not a mild size software vendor. SAP is one of the largest enterprise software companies in the world. Companies like BMW, Volkswagen, Unilever, Nestle, Siemens, Boeing, so all run their core business opportunities on SAP. When you are this deeply embedded in software operations, you don't just get the replaced overnight. The switching cost enormous. We are talking years of work and hundreds of millions of dollars moving away from SAP. So this gives the enterprise SAP ecosystem massive stability. Yes. So no need to compare with other tools. Okay. Let's do thousands of experiments. Okay. Suppose a new integration tool appear tomorrow that was maybe 10x better than CPI in every way. Cloud companies immediately switch it? No, right? No, it's not possible immediately in the software, because their existing integrations, hundreds of thousands of them built over decades, since decades, right? There are already CPI and CPR PO. The migration efforts along would take dedicate, or it will take more time. And there are no such tool anyway. MuleSoft is a competitor, but it doesn't integrate with the SAP properly. So they actually proprietary formats and protocols has natively as CPI does. Okay, and also SAP constantly evolves. So look at release notes for CPI. Okay. Okay, so So they publish what's new document every month in adapters, improved monitoring, new AI capabilities, new security features. SAP is actively involving in CPI. This is their cloud integration flagship product. So they are not just going abandon in it. Don't abandon that. Cloud is not cloud transformation. Cloud is not buzzword anywhere anymore. Also, it's reality. AWS, Azure, Google, GCP, whatever. So the whole enterprise world is moving to the cloud. SAP is one strategy is own strategy is rise with SAP, moving all customers from on-premise to HANA cloud. When the ERP system is in the cloud, the integration layer must also be in the cloud. Okay, CPI is that layer. It's not optional. It's a part of architecture. It's 25 years back. So name one other integration tool that has been continuously used by enterprise customers for 25 years. You can't, right? Because there isn't one at this scale. The track record demonstrates something very important. SAP commitment supporting its customers for long term. Okay, and finally the practical advantages for you. So the tool is new enough, 2 to 3 years solid hands-on experience put you to top tier. So if FICO you need 8 to 10 years as a senior. So for CPI you need to have senior consultant 4 to 5 years experience, that faster career progress. Okay. So compared to other Power BI 2 or 3 years ago, Power BI developers were extremely hot in the market. Everyone wanted them today. The market has normalized now. Many companies have their own Power BI dashboards built and implementation wave is over. So that's what happens with the tools that solves finite implementation problem. CPI solves the ongoing operation need. Okay, every time a company adds new system, adds a new business process, acquires another company. So they need more integration, they need never ends. Okay, next. So I will show you some I just prepared by my own some questions regarding this. Okay, so what is a data transformation? What is a data transformation in SAP CPI? Give some example. Data transformation is the process of converting data from one format sent by the system into the format expected by the target system. Example, combining first last name fields, removing country codes from phone numbers, converting uppercase to the ID, lowercase, and rounding decimal places. Not only the small example, any example you can take, from translating from one language to another language. So XML format to JSON format, JSON format to XML format. So like that, groovy format, whatever format, doesn't matter. But CPI, okay, SAP cloud integration can do it. It can. Okay, what are the three main responsibilities of an integration developers? Hmm? Okay, data transformation, converting data formats between system, security implementation, ensuring only authorized system can exchange data. Authentications, SSL, secure socket layer, API keys, connectivity, connecting systems using the different protocols like REST API, SOAP API, IDOC, FTP, SFTP. Right? And thing next one is uh, So whenever interviewer asks about data transformation, they are testing whether you understand the real world problem it solves. Don't just say converts data format. Data transformation converts data from the format sender uses to the format receiver expects. For example, the system might store phone number with country code, like some number is there, but system A has numbers, but system B only concept the 10 digits of number without the code. CPI removes that code, okay, and it will make its required format. So how then only it can able to understand. Okay. So what is the evolution history SAP integration middleware? The evolution history question comes up surprisingly often in interviews. Okay. The interviewer wants to know if you understand the product's background, you don't need to give the exact year. Approximately years are fine. But what matters? XI to PO, PO to PO, PI to PO, and after that CPI. This is a big evolution. XI initially, and that they are all actually same platform evolved, not separate products. Next one is why SCP is ending support PO 7.5. What does it mean for the business? End support questions are scenario based. Okay, so use mobile phone analogy. So you should answer in scenario based, like example, you should take example like mobile phone analogy in your answer. So it's relatable, and it shows you can explain technical concept in simple language, a skill that senior consultant value highly. Okay, so the question test your market awareness. Interviews are also assessing, does this person can understand the business context of the work they will be doing. So mentoring that CPA is relatively new, 6 to 7 years. The migration projects takes 2 to 7 years. That new companies are going directly to CPA shows that you have holistic view. Okay, right? So this is what we have discussed today. So let me be clear. So how, what is it exactly what we discussed in short, I can able to explain. Okay, before we close today's session, so let's do quick review. Okay, I'm going to cover each takeaway, and I want you to you all to understand in your own words. Okay, explain it back. Okay, so if you want to if you comment, I'll be very much happy. Okay, so I have taken a lot time to explain this. Just to respect my time and my efforts, please comment just at least hi, or else you can comment if you really like it or not, or if you want suggest, you can suggest also, or if you want to give your feedback, please do comment over here. Anyways, let's go. What is data transformation? So explain data transformation exactly. Okay, if you understood, just put a comment, that's it. Okay, so we have actually discussed over data transformation. What are the three pillars? 25 years of evolution, 2027 end of support for PO, and India market and practical knowledge, right? So all this. Okay, so notes are, so let's feel free to pick up, choose who are an analogies and stories where the best for your specific batch. I think this is enough today. See, these are all actually versions I have already shown you. This POS matters actually latest on-premise, still it is working. Version PO. Process orchestration, PO is nothing but. Okay. That's it for today. So I'll come up with the next class, SAP CPI. Just to stay with me. So you can learn with me. Okay. So you can ask me the questions also in the chat box, or you can say in chat also. So SAP CPI, SAP Cloud Platform Integration will continue. So I can do more videos on SAP CPI related. So this is important and highly demanded course. Okay. Nowadays, this is a highly demanded course. Okay. Highly demanded. So you have a lot more opportunities in SAP. SAP is one of the stable platform. Okay. So since long time, have you heard anything related to SAP layoffs? No. Okay, very low competition for SAP CPI. High demand in India. Okay, very high demand in India. So this is what you need to know. So you need to understand this slide. Compare to other modules and see why it is very unique. Okay. SAP CPI 2 to 3 years experience is really good enough. Okay. So there are low competition. There are competition for other tools, other clouds, other DevOps or data engineering or anywhere. So but for SAP is just started just 2 years ago. So very low demand, but it is low competition and high demand in India. India market for CPI is stronger than US market right now. More projects, more hiring. Okay. So don't forget to learn. Okay. 3 to 4 years profile. So you will get more best scale. Okay. You will get best package. All right. So please, if you please share your feedback over here. So as per according to your feedback only, I can share. I can continue this course. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, and kindly do support for my channel. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.